Hey guys, so I just got a package delivered to my door. It was here when I came home, and we're gonna open it. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. This probably is not gonna work out. Or is it? Oh, that didn't work. Definitely gotta cut it. I need to get a tripod. If I'm gonna be doing this. Now that we finally have it open, somewhat. So we got this used. So maybe I'll make this like a little, my experience on buying used stuff. Throw that there for now. Here. This is like really hard to do one-handed. Some deflated bubble wrap. One second, baby. I'll get it right now. Sweet. Definitely needs quite a bit of cleaning. Before I start cleaning it, we're just going to take a look at underneath it. Doesn't look like it was driven too much, but it is rather rusty. He's definitely a rust bucket. See, the problem I have with getting new cars is like, is it going to be a boy or is it going to be a girl? And what are you going to name it? I like this new stand though. The new Eco Power stand. Pretty sick. So instead of, busting my ass, I went and gave it to my mechanic, aka my boyfriend, and he put it in a hot tank at work, and then came home. I wanted to do it, but he was like, he wanted to do it so it'd be quicker because we need a race this weekend. But still needs some thingamajigs. I don't know what they're called. I know what they do, but I don't know what they're called. But it is, oh my gosh. Never buy a used car. Never buy a used car because all of the bearings and stuff were seized up. And I'm pretty sure what I thought was rust was actually probably the dirt that they drove on. Just red clay or something in Florida. But I think what he got done last night, let's see, this thing is all wonkadood on the stand, was the whole rear end. He took the diff out, cleaned up the diff. There was like, I took a picture. I'll insert it in here. There was no fluid in the diff. And what was in it was so thin and ridiculous. And he took apart the shocks, cleaned them out. They were so gritty. So gritty. I don't know what the spray is called that he used, And the oil that was in these shocks, there was very little, but what was in them was so like gray, almost black. So like this car was never touched. They built it, they just bashed on it, but it cleaned up pretty good. It needs some new bearings. Gonna definitely put some new bearings in it. Got the wing on. Need to put the motor in. We have a spare motor that we're gonna put in it until I can get my Lutz RC Alpha motor. Yeah, I need to. He's gonna take the servos and stuff out of my other car and put them in here. They're not the best servos, but they'll work for what I need them to do. In the time being until I can get some Protec servos. But I think that's it. If you have the time to, he still needs to do the front diff, the center diff. But if you don't have the time to invest in all the stuff to just completely tear down a car and rebuild it, then don't buy a used car. Don't buy a used car. I do not suggest buying a used car because it's, by the time we get done with it, it's gonna be the same as if we had bought a new car. So, and a new car, it's less time that you gotta invest in it. The money is a little bit more, but like if you have a spare engine, or you have the servos and stuff already, you have the battery already, like just buy a kit. Buy a kit. Because I feel better now, but I don't suggest buying a used car because it's too much time and you don't save money. So that's my my thoughts on buying a used car. Let's see what I can do with it. You know, we come from clay. We come from indoor clay. So this outdoor stuff, like, it's really difficult because I want my car as clean as it can get. Like, so, I mean, it's good and it's bad. I mean, where we go, we see all these 8 scales and they're just hammered, like they've never been cleaned. And like, we take them home, break them down and clean them every time we get done racing them. And obviously that's not what the owner of this car did. So unless you find somebody that you know for a fact they really took care of the car, I don't suggest buying a used car. And that is the end of this video.